do need to get out because we have a $6.60 favourite, so good prices for whatever your fancy is here. The favourite is Caught in the Valley. As they move out here, first one down, number 1, Not a Rehearsal, went very well, fresh up a second behind a Tarpey is magnificent form. Not so good second time at Trentham, don't know if it was the track conditions, maybe, if it was, then it must be a concern again today. Number 2, Driftwood, at $11 and $5.70 for the place, second up. Number 6, Shamrock Star, well fancy, Jamie Bullard rides at $7.50, followed down by Bahama Beach and Quest for Honour at close to triple figures for the odds. Number 4 is King Edwin and Lisa McGregor in the background going through there, also Victor Victorious and Paul Taylor. 13 is a Sherry for Mary and Kyle Collins paying $13. Number 8 is the favourite, Caught in the Valley, followed a similar pattern to Not a Rehearsal. Very good fresh up and behind a Tarpey. Not so good on a wet track at Trentham second time. Number 14 we saw moving down the well-fancied Dan Zing at $7.75. As we're 6 minutes away from this race and runners are around at the start. Taking a look at the market, and this is, I guess, self-evident by the open spread of betting here. It's a race with many chances, but gee, I thought there was a good bet in this. Number 12, Accurate Analysis. A few things to point out about it. It's a horse that may show up in your racing form guide, depending on what form guide you're working from, is only having had the one start, but it hasn't. It's had 13 starts in her life, 12 of them in Australia, and she has won 2 races. We've seen a real proliferation of 2-win horses winning intermediates lately. Well, she is a 2-win horse. Accurate Analysis, using the drop back. Her run when resuming last time at Hawke's Bay was, well, I was going to say magnificent. It wasn't quite that good, but it was still pretty good. Beaten 2 lengths by Ease Hours, who has franked the form, and she should be much more suited by the step up in distance today. Both of those wins coming in Australia. She won at Yarra Glen and Bendigo just over a year ago, so she's only just able to use the drop back provision. And her latest racing before coming over to New Zealand was at Flemington in $25,000 and $30,000 races. She's by Kilimanjaro out of Chikero, who won 6 races. She stays a bit. She's run over 2,200 metres, so up to a mile today suits. And she has raced up to Group 1 level over there, so a lot of positives around. Number 12, Accurate Analysis at $8.65. Here's that result from Adelaide. Number 8, Heartful Gold, $13.40 and $3.05. Breton Rose, $5.40. Absolute Heaven, $1.30. 6 and 8, Quinella, $95.55. The 862 Trifecta, $761 and 70 cents. And the treble is paid $360.75. Quite a few horses in this race come up to this field from racing in maidens last time. Dancing is one of them, a filly by Dana Singer out of a horse who was very, very good indeed, and particularly very good on wet tracks. His name was Bundy Ladden. Dan Zing, the half-sister, bolted in last time.
Single belt, and then we've got Black Falcon, Dan Zing. The short price favourite is racing away and is going to win as a favourite should. And Dan Zing make it 144. Delisa Crop gets them by nearly 4 lengths. Second over Single Belt. Third Black Falcon, Rock Molly.
Locally trained and well fancy, Vanessa Johnson rides $7.85 and $3.40 for the place. Shouldn't be too much troubled by the step up in class. Just under 4 minutes away from this race, and we'll get a look at Accurate Analysis as well, the one I was ranting on about. Accurate Analysis now at $7.65 and $3.05 for the place. As a 2-win horse who'd raced in good company in Victoria, stacks up pretty well, particularly when we do know that the horse has obviously come back well here in New Zealand, having turned in a very, very good run fresh up and is trained on the track. All right, then, 3 minutes away from this, Tony Lee for the last time. Afternoon, Tony.
Yeah, hey, Luke. Been a pretty good day here today. Just not sure of the tote figures, actually. Should have remiss of me, really. I'll try and do that before the hop. To see how they've gone today. There's been a big crowd on track, but there's been some outstanding racing. Gee, we've had some great racing here today. And the big race, the Savabeel, going the way of Jury's Out, who was on top of his game, would be an understatement today. Gee, he was enormous. Rolled along, put a hole on them down the side, and just kept on a running. Luke, he was good. Yes, the last of the day, coming up for decision here. Here we go. So I'll just have to come back to you here, Luke.
Okay, we've got your selections there graphically anyway, 3, 12 and 1 for Tony. So we'll come back to Tony very shortly once he's got that matter dealt with on the phone, and Tony can elaborate on some of those selections. I'll tell you about another one in this anyway that's paying a bit of a price. Number 15, Monsanto, at 22 and 605 for the place. That's a good price for a horse that does have a chance. Buddy Lammis is riding well and claims 2 kilos. Filly that is bred to stay. 1,600 metres will be no problem for it all. She's by Kilimanjaro out of a Zamazan mare. Should handle the wet, and well, she's already shown that she can. She won her debut at Stratford on a soft track and hasn't struck a rain-affected track since, so possibly the given the ground again today could see a rapid improvement in her form. And well, she's now paying 23 and 6 for the place. A race of many chances, to say the least. All right, Tony, I'm back with you.
Okay, they're going to do about 1.6, Luke.
Oh, very good.
We just ask and the phone goes, aren't they? Good to us around
Wonderful.
here. So that has been a pretty good day for them. On course now, they're going to be a bit shy here, around about the 1:15 apparently, but it hasn't been a big crowd here. But sometimes that's the way it's going, isn't it? Yeah, Bahama Beach. Look, there's how many chances here, to be fair. Bahama Beach at $11 and $2.80. Alexander Fields just rocks on in. Day for him. We've got Caught in the Valley, a chance in the race, as to Danzing, and the money is starting to come for Accurate Analysis. Luke, it was a good run the other day, and they're starting to flow through here now. Victor Victorious, a good win last time out, as to was Shamrock Star. So, yeah, luck's going to be a fortune in the last of the day of what has been a very, very good day, winning doubles to Bruce Hurd and to Mark Barnsley. The feature going the way of Jury's Out. Lillican looked terrific. Tamarunui Cup on the cards, I think, for her. And yes, plenty more in the spring, and of course she does hold that nomination for the Kilt, so that pedigree really starting to come through now. It's been just super racing here. The track's held up pretty well. They've had to get out into the centre for the better footing, but still run reasonable times for this time of year as they load them up for the last year, Luke.
Thank you very much indeed, Tony. They have been coming out centre. Track's still officially rated as easy. Plainly it is on the softer side of easy at the very least, though. Just about right on start time for this. Dancing has been the shortener, maybe off the strength of the video clip that we showed you, has come into 585 to be the favourite, ahead of Caught in the Valley at 665. $7 Accurate Analysis, and number 8 for Shamrock Star. Who's another one that is up from a maiden win last time, but well related by Germano out of Foreign Coins. So the half to Foreign Seas and Rand, both very good jumpers. In fact, Foreign Seas, I see, did run 4th in his first steeplechase over in the UK just recently. I think that was only a couple of 3 weeks ago as well, and we know what a good jumper he was over here. Now, 7-year-old by New Zealand time, I'm sure Foreign Seas will be able to make a good name for himself over in the UK, and Mark Olligan trains this one, Shamrock Star. Of course, as he did Foreign Seas and the Nakayama winner in Rand. Just a couple to move forward, running a touch late for the last. Tony Lee to call the last few forward.
Yes, Shamrock Star going in there now. The colours that, of course, the great Rand wore to some of his victories. The last nearly ready to go, just awaiting now Bahama Beach and Caught in the Valley to come up, and there's one just immediately behind the stalls. Rest of them stand up well. Shamrock Star, Victor Victorious. Sherry for Mary, Not a Rehearsal is ready. Sendero Illuminero is in the gates as well. Half to Rand in the same colours, of course. Now Bahama Beach is about to walk up into the gates. Danzing, the money late, 5.75 and 2.15. The last one will be Wednesday night to come up into the gates. Goes forward now. And we're ready. The last of a terrific day for the Marton Jockey Club. Ooh, trouble near the inside. Shamrock Star keen. Settles, favourite off the outside gate. Accurate Analysis well backed alongside of it, or one from the outside anyway now as they're off and running. Victor Victorious, Caught in the Valley, Sendero Illuminero all go back, as too does Fervour. Quest for Honour goes back with Wednesday night when they settle down. Shamrock Stars begun quickly. Bahama Beach right there, as to then is going to be Driftwood when they settle down. They run through the first 300 metres and Not a Rehearsal goes through underneath of all of those. There's 2 lengths away away to Monsanto, accurate analysis, the inside a length of Sherry for Mary, and then King Edward the inside of Private Property. Caught in the valleys the next to Danzing going forward, two to Sendero, Illuminero and Victor Victorious. Quest for Honour is the next one, then further outside of Wednesday Night as they run down the back of the track, and Shamrock Star a clear leader and running towards the 800 metres. Got the foot down here from Driftwood and Not a Rehearsal. Then we've got Bahama Beach, accurate analysis, travels beautifully fifth. Then Caught in the Valley's going to follow that one home. A Sherry for Mary the centre, King Edward the inside to Monsanto as they run down by the 600 metres. Then we have Sendero, Illuminero, Wednesday Night, Victor Victorious and Fervour as they come around the home corner. Quest for Honour and Private Property was the last as they're about to swing and go, and Shamrock Star in front. On the outside, accurate analysis is coming out and after it with a pretty good run, but Shamrock Star's got a nice kick from accurate analysis, is not going to round off. Then we've got closer to the inside, Not a Rehearsal, Danzing runs on, and then Caught in the Valley, but Shamrock Star racing away, and Shamrock Star and Jamie Bullard. How big is this? Look at Victor Victorious late. Shamrock Star wins, Victor Victorious second, don't know, third, Not a Rehearsal or King Edward, then accurate analysis, its chance. Caught in the Valley, Danzing was the next, followed through by Wednesday Night, a Sherry for Mary and Fervour. Back behind those when they've hit the line, Monsanto, Driftwood, then Quest for Honour, Bahama Beach, Private Property with Sendero, Illuminero. Massive. $7.85 and $2.85 for the place. Half to Rand, of course, in the Amon Cleary colours, and Jamie Bullard gets a winning double here as well. Boy, was this a very, very good win. $7.85, $2.85. Victor Victorious has come from yesterday to get second, and I just wasn't sure third on the line. That's King Edward the inside, and Not a Rehearsal, much better with the blinds on there. Accurate analysis and Caught in the Valley. I just thought coming to the home corner it was going to be accurate analysis, but that didn't go on. Shamrock Star sure did. And that has been one of a few very impressive winners here today, Luke. So from us all that brought you the pictures, it has been a good day for the Marton Jockey Club. Hope you've had a little bit of luck and certainly enjoyed the coverage. From us all, a very good afternoon.
Is 1600, the horses to weigh. 6, Shamrock Star. 7, Victor Victorious. Extremely close for third. It's either 1, Not a Rehearsal, or 4, King Edward. And it could be 4 or 1, could be a dead heat. Also to weigh at 12, Accurate Analysis, and 8, Caught in the Valley. So 6, 7, either 1 or 4, then 12 and 8, the time 1:37.4. So there it is in the Marton Business Houses, 1600, couldn't have been more.